Think about everything you've done today. You've woken up, you've struggled, you've conquered something. But here's the problem. Most English learners can't tell those moments in a way that actually makes people care.
What if I told you there's one tense that transforms your entire storytelling?
Welcome to the episode where we show you how to turn your daily life into a compelling English narrative.
This is Talk, Learn, Teach. Let's begin.
Music swells, then fades.
Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to Talk, Learn, Teach, the place where English conversations become your everyday superpower. I'm Marcus, and
And I'm Sophia. And today, Marcus, we're diving into something that literally happened to all of us today. Wait, what are you talking about? You're being mysterious.
your entire day. Think about it. You woke up, you did things, you felt things, and now you're here with me. But here's the problem. Many English learners don't know how to tell their stories in a natural way that makes people actually want to listen.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
This episode is about the present perfect tense, but not in a boring grammar class way. We're talking about how to tell your real stories, your actual moments in English that sounds authentic and compelling.
That's actually genius, because the present perfect is like the bridge between your past and your now, right?
Exactly. And listeners, before we jump into these incredible stories, we have a quick but genuine favor to ask. If this episode resonates with you, if it helps you speak English with more confidence, please subscribe to Talk, Learn, Teach. It means everything to us because it tells us our work matters. And hit that like button. It's your way of saying, hey, I'm on this learning journey with you.
Share this with someone who's been struggling to tell their stories in English. I'm serious. There's someone in your life right now who needs this exact episode. Now, let's get into it.
So, Sophia, here's what I want to know. I want you to take me through your morning, but I want you to tell it like you would tell a friend who genuinely cares about your life. Don't make it boring.
Okay, so I've been awake since 5:30 this morning. I know that sounds early, but here's the thing. I've discovered that those quiet morning hours are when I actually think clearly. I've made myself a meditation ritual. Today, I've sat with a cup of chamomile tea and I've just existed for 20 minutes before the world got loud.
That's beautiful. And listen to what you just did. You told me your experience using present perfect, and it felt like you were sharing a secret with me.
Did I? I wasn't even thinking about the grammar.
That's exactly the point. The structure is so natural that it becomes invisible. You said, I've been awake, I've discovered, I've made, I've sat, and somehow it pulled me into your world.
Okay, now your turn. Tell me about your morning.
Well, I've woken up feeling anxious today, if I'm honest. I've been preparing for this huge work presentation all week, and this morning I've realized I've forgotten to rehearse one entire section. I immediately jumped out of bed, I've grabbed my notes, and I've practiced for an hour while my coffee got cold.
That's so relatable. And notice how you used the present perfect to show progression. The anxiety, the realization, the action. The listener understands the emotional journey, not just the sequence of events.
I hadn't thought about it like that.
Exactly. The present perfect doesn't just report what happened, it connects the past action to the present moment and the person listening right now. It's like saying, here's what I've done, and here's why it matters that you know this about me.
This is fascinating.
So let's talk about negative experiences. Not everything in our day goes smoothly, right?
Right. This morning, I've forgotten my keys 3 times. I've walked out the door, realized halfway down the stairs, turned back, and couldn't find them in my usual spot. The third time, I discovered them in the refrigerator. The refrigerator, Sophia?
Wait, how do keys end up in a refrigerator?
I have no idea, but the point is, I haven't lost my mind completely today yet, though it's looking like it might happen.
I'm living that right now, actually. I've just realized, and this might sound silly, but I haven't called my mother back in 3 days. She's texted me twice, and I felt guilty both times, but I haven't found the right moment. Or maybe I've just been avoiding it because I know she's going to have an hour of stories for me.
But you could say that using present perfect, and it becomes this honest, vulnerable moment. You haven't called her yet, but implying that you still plan to. It's not accusatory, it's gentle.
You're right. There's something about saying, I haven't done this yet, instead of, I didn't do this, that opens the door to change.
Exactly. The present perfect is about incompleteness mixed with intention.
Let's shift gears. What's something you've always wanted to do but haven't actually started?
Oh man, I've always wanted to learn the guitar. My dad's guitar has been sitting in my closet for 2 years. I've walked past it maybe 1,000 times, but I haven't picked it up once. Today, though, and I'm telling you this for the first time, I've actually moved the guitar to my living room. It's right there next to my couch.
That's a big step.
It's terrifying, actually. I've watched so many YouTube tutorials. I've told so many friends I was going to learn. But today, I finally placed the physical object in my space. I know it sounds small, but it feels significant.
That's not small at all. And this is what the present perfect captures beautifully. It's showing us moments of change. You've always wanted something, you've hesitated, but today you've taken one action that bridges the gap between wanting and doing.
When you put it that way, I feel more accomplished.
You should, because you have accomplished something.
Pause. What about you? Is there something you've always been curious about?
Yes. I've wondered my entire life what it would feel like to write a book. And I've spent years thinking about it, researching it, even reading books about how to write books. I've created document files, I've titled them dramatically, I've even written detailed outlines. But the actual writing, that's the part I haven't done.
Have you thought about why?
I think I've been afraid that if I actually start and fail, it becomes real. If it's just an idea in my head, it can be perfect. It can be everything. But once I write it, it becomes real and flawed. And I've realized today, sitting here talking to you, that I've been protecting myself from something I actually want to do.
Maybe that should be your next present perfect moment. I've written the first chapter.
Maybe today, actually.
Let's bring in some lighter moments. What's something surprising you've discovered recently?
Oh, so I've been doing this little experiment where I've tried one new recipe every week from a different cuisine. This week, I've attempted Lebanese food, and I've somehow managed to create the best hummus I've ever tasted. My roommate has eaten 3 bowls.
I'm impressed. See, you just made me interested in your life by using the present perfect naturally. You've tried, you've attempted, your roommate has eaten. It's storytelling.
That's the magic, isn't it? The grammar serves the story.
Exactly. And here's something I've learned recently that shocked me. I've discovered that I've had social anxiety for probably most of my life, but I've never really named it until my therapist brought it up 3 weeks ago. And since then, I've been noticing it everywhere. I've avoided eye contact in meetings. I've overthought my responses. I've even left social situations early, and then I felt worse about leaving than I would have felt about staying.
But you're naming it now. You've acknowledged it. That's huge.
It is, because I've spent so many years just dealing with it without understanding what I was dealing with.
Okay, let's talk about victories. What's something you've accomplished today that you're genuinely proud of?
With real pride. I've had a conversation with my son about his feelings. He's 12, and usually he's very closed off about anything emotional. But today, I've asked the right question at the right moment, and he's opened up. He's told me about friendship drama, and I haven't immediately tried to fix it. I've just listened. And at the end, he said, "Thanks, Dad, for actually hearing me." That's happening right now. I'm still riding that high.
That's beautiful, Marcus. You've done something that will probably matter to him for years.
I hope so. What about you?
I've completed this massive project at work that I've been dreading for months. I've worked on it with a team, and even though it's been stressful, we've somehow pulled together and delivered something we're all proud of. And today, my boss has sent an email thanking me specifically for the vision I've brought to it.
I've read that email 5 times.
I would have read it 10 times.
And here's what's interesting. I haven't felt like I deserved the praise, but I've decided today that I'm not going to argue with it. I've accepted it.
That's growth.
That's using the present perfect to capture transformation, isn't it? I haven't felt like I deserved it. I've decided. I've accepted. Those are moments of change.
So, listeners, I'm curious. How many of you have been speaking English for years but still feel like something's missing when you tell your stories?
I think a lot of people have that experience. And what we're saying is that the present perfect is one of the tools that fills that gap. It's not about being grammatically perfect. It's about being genuinely human when you speak.
Exactly. You've listened to us today. You've learned that the present perfect isn't just a grammar structure. It's a bridge between what you've done and who you are right now.
And that matters, because when you can tell your stories with clarity and emotion, people listen, they connect, they care.
Let me ask you one more thing, Sophia. If someone listening right now hasn't used the present perfect in conversation before, what would you want them to know?
I would want them to know that they've probably been using it already without realizing, and that they should give themselves permission to practice it imperfectly. I've been speaking English for 15 years, and I still mess up the grammar sometimes, but I've never let that stop me from telling my story.
You've got that right. And listeners, that's your invitation. You've heard us share our real experiences today. Now it's your turn. You've lived through moments today too. You've woken up, you've struggled, you've accomplished things, and you've learned things. That's your story.
Before we wrap up, we have to say this one more time because we genuinely mean it. If you've felt something watching this episode, if you've recognized yourself in our stories, please subscribe to Talk, Learn, Teach. You've been incredible listeners, and this is how we know we should keep creating content like this.
Share this with someone. I'm talking about someone specific. Think of that person right now who's been struggling to tell their English stories. Send it to them. Comment their name. Let's build a community of people who've decided to speak English not just correctly, but authentically.
And here's what I'd love most. In the comments below, I want you to tell us one thing you've accomplished this week that you're proud of. It can be small, it can be big. Just tell us. Because we've sat here for the last 15 minutes sharing our real lives with you, and now we want to hear from you. We want to know what you've been doing. We want to know what you've been feeling.
Your stories matter, your English matters, and you've got a whole community here that believes in you.
We'll be reading every single comment. I've promised myself that I would engage with you all personally, and I've meant that promise.
Thank you for spending this time with us. You've given us your most valuable resource, your attention.
We've loved having you here, and I mean that from my heart.
We'll see you next time on Talk, Learn, Teach, where you've come to speak English and you're leaving having learned something about yourself instead.
That's exactly how we planned it.
Keep speaking, keep learning, keep growing. This is Talk, Learn, Teach.